the UK job market is not in a good place. Now, this article is talking about how um, the open vacancies went down by 5.8%, and it's trying to make it seem like everything's fine. 5.8% is 44,000 vacancies that have disappeared in 3 months. Okay? And that doesn't mean that they've been filled. Okay? And let's just keep in mind that the peak, okay, was 1.6 million vacancies in 2022, and it's been going down ever since. Now, I asked ChatGPT about UK unemployment because there is a trick in UK unemployment. The official figure is 4.7%. The official figure doesn't account for everyone who's unemployed. For example, if you had to stop working because you were ill, you had a baby, you didn't like your boss, so you left, but all of these people are still looking for work, or someone who's employed but making, takes, for example, 8 hours as their contract because they need the money. They don't count as unemployed, even though they are actively seeking work and competing in the job market. So I said, what would be the real, figure for unemployment in the UK if you had to account for all these people? And ChatGPT said around 12%, 11 to 12%. So I said, what would it take for the UK to be considered in a recession? And it said anything 12% and above is considered recession levels of unemployment. So we are there or thereabouts. I said, how long would it take for it to reach that kind of level? It said 2 to 3 years. And I said, okay, what would it take for it to reach something catastrophic like a depression level? Like, you hear about the Great Depression in the late 1920s in the US. And the same as, in Europe, for example. You heard about Greece and Spain and things after the financial crisis. Huge levels of unemployment. He said 20% is kind of depression level. So I said, okay, how long would it take the UK on its current trajectory without any change in policy for it to reach this kind of level? It said 18 years. On its current trajectory, in 18 years, the UK would be at 20% unemployment and critical levels. I said, okay. And then it added a little paragraph and said, that doesn't account for any shocks to the system. So if there is a shock to a system like a big company failing or a war, Eastern Europe, like our government has been saying, we need to spend more on the military so that we can go to war with Russia. The UK could be in a depression within 2 years.